Yo, what's going on, guys? DJS here, CollectiveKicks.com. Wanted to bring you guys my thoughts on the Adidas Tubular runners right back here. And at the end of the video, there'll be an on-foot section. If you guys are curious about these sneakers and you guys are looking to purchase, go ahead and check the description. There'll be some links to some various sites that have these available to purchase. All I have to say from the beginning, though, is it's a pretty dope shoe. They do run big, just throwing that out there. I usually am rocking 9.5. I got a 9.5 and they're way too big. They fit like a 10 for sure. So I definitely should have got a size 9. But regardless, I mean, it's a comfortable fit, and that's like all that matters. How do I think that these weigh up next to something like maybe the SL Loops or something like the ZX Flux or the Boost? I'll let you guys know my comfort rating and where these fit in. And then obviously a little bit of a comparison to a nice little competitor known as the Rosherun right over here. So one of the first things I want to show you guys is the box label so you guys can see what it is called. It's Tubular Runner, and $110 is retail price. Again, these guys run big. One of the most notable things about this sneaker, in my opinion, is the fact that they don't have the 3 stripes on the side. Now, it's actually funny, until I started to do this video, I didn't really realize that they went away with the 3 stripes. It's very, very typical for Adidas to do something like this, the 3 stripes on the side. Although that's cool and it looks nice, it's just always branded. And I thought this is a very clever way with the SL Loops, and this is the $2 bill version, how it does the rip away and then it exposes the 3 stripes. And then on the ZX Flux, which I couldn't find, I don't even know if I have one of those left in my collection. For me, the ZX Flux wasn't comfortable. I'm throwing that out there now. But they also have the 3 stripes as well. This one on the Tubular model doesn't have the 3 stripes on the side, so I think that is a very notable thing about the sneaker. It definitely transitions more from I mean, it's a full-on lifestyle sneaker, and I really like the fact that they went away with the branding, I guess is the bottom point. You still do see that it's Adidas with Adidas kind of leather pull tab, which I actually like, and it kind of shifts around a little bit. That was one thing when I was wearing them. They shifted around like to the side a little bit, and I'd have to adjust them. But they're cool regardless, and it was nice to have a little pull tab. I actually would have liked to have like a little bit of a pull tab on the back, but that's what the SL Loops have, is the back pull tab, not the front. So I guess aesthetically it makes sense just to do it like this. This is kind of like, in some sense, a hybrid between maybe something like the SL Loop and the ZX Flux, I guess. I'm not really sure how you guys would view it. Again, leave some comments. The most notable difference, though, is the tooling that they use for the midsole. This is totally different. And to be fair, it looks pretty much on par with what a Roshi looks like. And I wanted to show you guys them side by side so you could see, well, if I wouldn't drop them on the ground, you would be able to see them. You could see the thickness of the soles. I mean, it's the same sort of big marshmallowy sole as on the Roshi, and all the way back it does have this extra little case around it with added a little color and texture to the sneakers, so that actually does add quite a bit to make it so it's not so plain. Looks like a little bit of like a chocolate like drizzle or something right here. But the tooling, or not the tooling, it feels the same as a Roshi. It's not, it's like dense, very dense kind of tough rubber. It's not very forgiving. Unlike the Boost has this amazing stuff, but it's very, very forgiving, and that's part of the reason why the Boost is so darn comfortable. Now, these ones I've worn a handful of days just to give it a little test and my 2 cents. One of the things I don't like, at the same time I do like, I'm torn about this, but this, how it goes in, like there's like at least a 3/4 of an inch like deep in the back area, and then it's not as deep in the front. But the fact that it has this large, like, crazy crevasse, if you're walking in the dirt or the mud, like, you can get stuff stuck in here pretty easily. Also, just a silly thing, but something worth mentioning, is when I was driving my car, the fact that it wasn't fully, like, in here, like, my pedal sits, like, on this half of it or this half of it. It just was hard to, like, drive without, and feeling like you were actually hitting your foot to the pedal because of that weird design. That being said, aesthetically, I like the way it looks, and I think it worked for the model, but it's just it was just interesting how I was like, whoa, that's weird. I just noticed it's kind of just uncomfortable driving my car, and it could potentially be uncomfortable if you step through some dirt or mud. It's definitely an extra little cleaning spot that you'd have to do for that. But all in all, the shoe is awesome. I think the design is awesome. It's very minimal branding. You have the little Adidas logo back here, and then you have the pull tab, but the whole upper is nice. There's a variation of textures, and you can see different materials, and I really dig that as well. Like this is like Nike or Adidas version of like the Hyperfuse, and then it has some leather and some like kind of neoprene like sleeve, and the whole thing is kind of wrapped in the neoprene, so it kind of just fits on your foot like a sock. You have the little back lateral support, which is basically, this is the same as, or similar to, not the same, but similar to the ZX Flux, but done a little differently. I think that the shoes are really nice looking. Again, I would go down half of a size for that. I do think that they took some inspiration potentially from the Adidas or the Nike Rosheruns, just because the soles look so similar. But I like the fact that I don't know, I just like the way they look. I do like the way that these ones look as well. The ZX Flux is one that I'm like, I'm kind of like on the fence of. I don't like that one as much, which is funny because the ZX Flux is such a huge popular model now. But for me, it wasn't as popular, or it wasn't as comfortable. So if I had to rank these in order of which ones I like the best between the Adidas side of things, definitely Boosts right down here would take #1 spot. It's #1 spot almost comfort wise between any of my sneakers that I own. If you don't have a pair of Adidas Boost shoes, I'll put a link in the description for those as well. It's a must have, honestly. If you're a casual person, which everybody walks, like, those are amazing. Shout out to Rack for pointing those out a long time ago. And then the SL Loop is nice, but it would go, for me personally, it would go Boosts, it would go Tubular runners, it would go SL Loops, and then it would go ZX Flux. That's the order of the hierarchy of what I like from Adidas. Leave a comment in the description and let me know what you, or in the comment section, not in the description. You can't comment in the description. Let me know what you guys think. Do I like the Tubulars better than the Rosheruns? I can't say that. I mean, I can't say that I like the Tubulars better than the Roshis, but I do like that they add an extra little context, like with all of the different designs and stuff on them. Rosherun's a little bit more plain, so I do think it's a good forward step for sneakers and stuff for this type of a market that kind of Roshe is in. I can't say that I like the Roshis or the Tubulars, which one better, but you guys can in the comment section if you guys feel like. Hopefully the video was informative for you guys to some extent. If I missed something, I apologize. I'm trying to do this stuff in between work and busy dude. But all in all, it's a great shoe, and I definitely recommend it. I would recommend going down half a size. And that is my email chime, and I gotta get out of here, but we'll catch you guys later. Peace.